Alright guys, so we're trying something new today. We're gonna try start up a new, sort of like a podcast as well. Today we're basically going to talk about Woodluxe. Over here, our old time staff who's back for literally 1 month.
I'm here just to visit, see everyone before I'm off to England.
So Maurice, he's been here for a while now. So those who are watching this YouTube channel and who worked there before, some of you guys probably know Maurice. So Maurice back, yay!
Hi guys.
But yeah, so today we're going to talk a little bit about Woodluxe. We just went through a little bit of training with our old staff, and we actually want to share a little bit of Woodluxe with you guys as well, because we feel that doing staining, exterior stains, is really, it's not easy. It's not like painting a regular wall inside the house, and there's a lot of prep work that people don't realize how important and necessary it is.
So that prep work is a bit of a challenge for some people because it's a lot more involved compared to other painting projects. But it's so important that you do all the prep work involved in the Woodluxe as well as in other staining products, so that it has a long-lasting effect and that you don't have to worry about it for the next couple of years.
A lot of the complaints, not necessarily complaints, but year after year we get customers always coming back. Oh my gosh, my stain didn't last long. It only lasted for a year. I need to do it again. And usually it comes with the prep work's not done properly, but a little bit about, like, we live in Canada as well. The weather isn't fantastic, so every season we get different temperatures, different weathers. Snowy season will definitely ruin up the deck.
Exactly, especially if there's moisture trapped in the wood. That is something that's going to lead to cracking of the wood if it hasn't had the proper time to dry before you apply the stain. So when you power wash the wood, for example, you want to give it at least 2-3 days even before you apply a stain on top of it. Otherwise, that moisture is going to be trapped in there and you'll have that cracking happening over the winter.
And another important thing is you really need to sand. And we hear this from a lot of contractors. They say, oh, you know what, power washing is good enough. Power washing is just as good as sanding. Well, actually, no, it's not. Power washing is just to remove whatever particles or flakes that's on the top, but it doesn't reopen up the pores.
It's great for removing the dirt. If you have some sort of, you spilled ice cream, great. That'll get rid of that sort of thing. However, the wood pores, especially for the stain, need to be opened up. So having, what is it, like 100 grit, 120 grit sanding?
A little bit lower, like maybe
my bad.
maybe 60 to 80 grit to really start off. Even another thing is when we get new lumbers, there's a thing called mill glaze on top of new wood. So you really want to sand off that mill glaze. You want to really allow the stains to penetrate into the wood, so that it will last longer. It actually penetrates into the wood. Therefore, if you don't sand your wood, what tends to happen is if you just leave it how it is, there's no penetration, and the time you do sand, everything just sits on top and nothing's really penetrating into the wood. Rather
than getting into the wood, it'll just form a small film on the surface. It just isn't as durable as penetrating deep into the wood there. So
yeah. And then something that Maurice really addressed and mentioned earlier is waiting about 48 hours of dry time, even after it rains. So not just washing the deck, but to avoid any moistures into the wood being trapped. Otherwise, the penetration that's going to be mixed in with the stains and the moistures together. So that wouldn't be good either.
So after washing it, after rain, give it at least 48 hours to dry off.
Another important thing is the time of day you stain. Especially like lately, we've been getting really hot weathers, like 30 degrees, or even like sometimes feeling like 40 degrees. And if you do it during the afternoon when it's like blazing sun, blazing hot, as you're applying on the stain, before the stain's even able to go into the wood, or before it even penetrates into the wood, because of the blazing hot weather, it's already dried up.
It's going to what's going to happen, something called a flash dry, right? It'll quickly dry as you apply it, and like we were talking about earlier, how important that penetration is for the durability of the stain. It's the same thing. If you're doing right in the blazing sun, direct sunlight, right? That flash dry is going to happen. It's not going to penetrate as deeply, and you're going to lose some of that longevity of the stain, right? So a great time to do staining is, you know, right early in the morning or in the evening, right? Not in that direct sunlight, and it'll be easier for you as well, so you're not working in that harsh sun too.
And actually, another way to determine whether a deck is really hot or not is to actually touch the wood. Much shorter. Anyway, we'll continue. So yeah, the deck, you need to make sure that the deck is not blazing hot. So
like I said earlier, we don't want to have that flash dry on the stain. That way it doesn't just form on the surface. You want it to penetrate deep into that wood there, right?
Yep, and I think that pretty much covers most of the prep work that should be done for the when you're doing wood staining with your deck. Oh, one more thing that we forgot to mention is we prefer customers not using rollers because rollers don't actually apply as well as brush. Or another suggestion is you can also use a stain pad as well, specifically for exterior stain pads. So you really will push the stain into the wood to allow better penetration as well.
Exactly, yeah. That's about everything for staining today. Thank you so much for watching, and if you have any other questions about staining, or if you want us to cover something else, you can leave us a comment down below, and we'll try and get to that as soon as we can. Alright?
Cool.
Happy staining!